A very good morning to all. In the last session, one numerical was given as a homework. It was based on a heat pump, and you were asked to calculate the value of heat absorbed from the outside and COP of that heat pump. So the answers are heat absorbed is 17 into 10 raised to 3 kilojoules per hour, and COP of that heat pump is 6.66. So I'm not going to solve this numerical again because that was your homework and you were supposed to work on that. So if you haven't worked on that, then that is your mistake. I'm not going to solve that numerical again. So let's proceed to the next numerical. Note down this statement. Hope this pen and paper window is visible to everyone. I need confirmation from somebody. Is it visible properly or are there any disturbances?
Visible.
Okay. So start noting down the statement. A cyclic heat engine a cyclic heat engine operates between operates between a source of the temperature 1000 degrees Celsius, a source of temperature 1000 degrees Celsius, and a sink of temperature 40 degrees Celsius, and sink of temperature 40 degrees Celsius. Full stop. Find the least rate. Find the least rate of heat rejection. Find the least rate of heat rejection per kilowatt of net output of the engine. Find the least rate of heat rejection per kilowatt of the net output of the engine. Okay. So there is a heat engine. It is interacting between a source at 1000 degrees Celsius and sink at 40 degrees Celsius. So it will be taking heat Q1, it will be rejecting heat Q2 and producing work output W net. Okay. The cyclic heat engine operates between a source of temperature 1000 degrees Celsius and sink of temperature 40 degrees Celsius. Find the least rate of heat rejection. So we need to find this Q2. Find the least rate of heat rejection and what additional data is given for per kilowatt of net output of the engine. So per kilowatt in this sense, W net is equal to 1 kilowatt, right? So that W net has been given and that is 1 kilowatt. So we need to find this Q2. Can somebody tell me how should we proceed now? How to get that Q2 from the given data? We know the T1, we know the T2, we know the W, and we have been asked to calculate Q2. What can we do? Or how should we proceed? What should I do first and then proceed? Anybody?
First find efficiency.
Very good, because I have the source and sink temperature, so I can calculate efficiency from that source and sink temperature. So N thermal is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1, right? That is the relation for efficiency. Put the values 1 minus. Now, before putting these temperatures in the calculation, you need to convert this 1000 degrees Celsius into Kelvin as well as this 40 degrees Celsius into Kelvin. So, can somebody tell me the conversion of this 1040 into Kelvin? This will be
1273.
1273 divided by 40 will become
330.
313. Very good. So calculate this one and let me know the N thermal.
Zero 0.75.
0.75.
75.
Okay, 0.75. I have got third digit as 4. Hopefully you also have got that one.
Yes.
Yes. So N thermal is 0.754 now. Now I need to calculate this Q2. So there is one relation, W net is equal to Q1 minus Q2, that we know. So we have W net, we need to calculate Q2, okay? But before that, this Q1 is also unknown. And to get that Q1, we need to take help of this N thermal again, because we have used N thermal relation in terms of temperature, and there is one
Sir.
other relation. Yes,
Sir. Sir, the T2 314 ena. T2 by T1. 314 by 1273.
Okay. I wrote numerator in the place of denominator. So this is going to be 313 by 1273. Okay, very good. So that answer is going to remain same. Is that correct, Pradeep?
Sir, I solved for that 313 by 127.
Exactly. So the N thermal is going to be 0.754. Okay. So we have one relation for W net, that is Q1 minus Q2. This Q2 is to be calculated. W net is given, that is 1, and this Q1 is also unknown. And for N thermal, there is another relation. Also, N thermal is equal to W net by Q1. This is the alternative relation for thermal efficiency. Now for this one, therefore, if I solve this one, the N thermal is 0.754, because this one we got over here, is equal to W net is 1 and divided by Q1. So from here you will get Q1 is equal to, in terms of kilowatt, because we are taking work done in terms of kilowatt. So Q will be also in the form of kilowatt only. Calculate this one. So Q1 will be equal to 1 divided by 0.754. So what we get for Q1, Pratik?
1.326.
1.326. Okay, so that is Q1. Now put this value in this equation, that is W net is equal to Q1 minus Q2, and find the value of Q2. So from here, 1 is equal to 1.326 minus Q2. Therefore, Q2 is equal to kilowatt. So this Q2, when you shift towards the left, that will become plus, and 1 when you shift to right, that will become 1.326 minus 1. So answer is going to be 0.326 kilowatt. Is that fine, Pratik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody has got any doubt? Okay. Let's proceed to the next numerical. Write down the statement. The source can supply, a source can supply energy at a rate of, a source can supply energy at a rate of 12,000 kilojoule per minute. A source can supply energy at a rate of 12,000 kilojoules per minute at 320 degrees Celsius. At 320 degrees Celsius. Full stop. Another source can supply, another source can supply energy at a rate of, another source can supply energy at a rate of sunlight is creating some disturbance, so let me adjust the setup. Okay, a source can supply energy at a rate of 12,000 kilojoules per minute at 320 degrees Celsius. There is another source that can supply energy at a rate of 1,20,000 kilojoules per minute at 70 degrees Celsius. At 70 degrees Celsius. Full stop. Which source would you choose? Which source would you choose to supply energy? Which source would you choose to supply energy to an ideal reversible heat engine, to an ideal reversible heat engine that is to produce a large amount of power if temperature of surrounding is 35 degrees Celsius. If temperature of surrounding is 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, read the statement carefully, note down the given data and try to get the solution. Read the statement. Adjust the setup a little bit. Okay, somebody started solving. So there are two sources. A source 1 that is working between 320 and 35 degrees Celsius, because the source temperature is 320, atmospheric temperature is 35, and that can supply energy at 12,000 kilojoules per minute. And there is another source S2 that is working at 70 degrees Celsius, 70 and 35 degrees Celsius between the same atmosphere, and it can supply 1,20,000 kilojoules per minute of energy. And we need to choose from those two sources so that we can have a large amount of power. Okay, so we need to find, when we use source S1, what power we can get, when we use source S2, what power we can get, and the case where we get maximum power will go with that particular source, right? So to do that one, we need to find W1 and W2. And if W1 is greater, we'll choose the source 1. If W2 is greater, we'll use the source 2. So there are temperatures of the source and sink. So what scenario we are going to follow? We'll calculate N1 first. N1, now we are going to use notation 1 for source 1 and 2 for source 2. So N1 is equal to, source temperature is, can somebody tell me the conversion of all those temperatures into Kelvin? 320, 35 and 70.
320, so 593.
593 Kelvin. 35 is
308.
308 Kelvin and 70.
343.
343 Kelvin. Okay. So N1 is going to be 593 minus 308 divided by 593. And that is N1 is equal to, you can use T1 minus T2 by T1 or 1 minus T2 by T1, right? That is going
0.48.
0.
48.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Pratik. Can you repeat?
0.48.
48. Okay. And from this one, now we need to find work done. So for the efficiency itself, we have alternative relation W by Q1, and we have value of Q1 as an input, because for source 1 it is 12,000, for source 2 it is 1,20,000. So from this relation, W1 is equal to N1 into Q1. So that will be 0.48 multiplied by 12,000.
5760.
Very good. W1 is equal to 5767 point. Sorry, you got something to
5760.
5760 point something? No.
No.
Okay. Kilojoules per minute, because this W is in, Q is in kilojoules per minute, so W will also be in kilojoules per minute. So that is for source 1. Similarly, N2 is equal to 343 minus 308 divided by 343. So that way N2 will be, Pratik,
0.102.
0.102. Okay, that is quite low. Okay, no issue. And similarly, W2 is equal to N2 into Q1, and that is 0.102 multiplied by 1,20,000, and that way W2 is equal to kilojoules per minute. Tell me the answer.
12240.
1 second, Pratik. Yes, Pratik.
12240.
12240 kilojoules per minute. Okay, very good. So now, Pratik, can you tell me which source should we use, S1 or S2?
S1.
S1.
No, S2. Sorry.
Yeah, we need to, the requirement is large amount of power. So work done getting, that we are getting in case of source 1 is 5760, and in case of source 2 is 12,240. So we are getting more work with source 2, so we'll choose the source 2. Okay, so that statement you need to write at the end as work output with source 2 is more compared to source 1, we will choose source 2. Okay, that statement has to be there. Next, Write down the statement. A reversible heat engine operates between two reservoirs at temperature 700 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. 700 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. Full stop. The engine drives a reversible refrigerator that operates between 50 degrees Celsius and minus 25 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees Celsius and minus 25 degrees Celsius. Full stop. The heat transfer to the engine is 2500 kilojoules and net work output of combined engine refrigerator system is 400 kilojoules, and the net work output of combined engine refrigerator system is 400 kilojoules. Full stop. First one, determine the heat transfer to the refrigerant. Determine the heat transfer to the refrigerant and the net heat transfer to reservoir at 50 degrees Celsius. Second, reconsider given that the efficiency of engine and COP of refrigerator as 45% of maximum value. 45% of maximum value. Okay, that's it. So in first case, we need to determine the heat transfer to the refrigerant and total heat transfer to reservoir at 50 degrees Celsius. And in second case, we need to consider that whatever efficiency and COP that we have get while solving case 1, in case 2, we need to take 45% of those two, efficiency and COP, and we need to solve for same quantity, that we need to calculate total heat transfer to the reservoir at 50 as well as heat transfer to the refrigerant. Okay, meeting is about to end, so I'll end this meeting and you are supposed to join this session immediately. I'm going to end this one. Join immediately. So there is a heat engine operating between 700 degrees Celsius source and 50 degrees Celsius sink. So it is accepting heat Q1, producing some work output and rejecting some heat Q2 to the low temperature sink. Now, the engine drives a reversible refrigerator that operates between 50 degrees Celsius and minus 25 degrees Celsius, right? So this 50 degrees Celsius is already there. So let's consider that this refrigerator is interacting between minus 25 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. So refrigerator always transfers heat from low temperature body to high temperature body. So it is taking heat from this 25 degrees Celsius source and delivering it to 50 degrees Celsius source. So let's consider this one as Q3 and this one as Q4. Nomenclature could be anything. You need not to be worried about that nomenclature. Okay. So this is Q3 and this is Q4. Now, the heat transfer to the engine is 2500 kilojoules. So this Q1 has been given, that is 2500 kilojoules. Okay, and net work output of combined engine refrigerator system is 400 kilojoules. So combined system in the sense, this is going to be W1, that is work produced by the engine. There will be something W2, that is requirement of the refrigerator, and there will be some W net, that will be difference between W minus W2, W1 minus W2, and that is equal to 400 kilojoules. Is this fine, whatever I just did, or anybody has got any query? Pratik, is that fine?
Sir, repeat again.
Should I repeat?
Yes, sir. The work done.
Oh, okay. So in case of work done, what they have said, the net work output of combine, they have use word combine. So you need not to take individual work of engine and refrigerator, right? So that is combined work output of engine refrigerator system, and that is equal to 400 kilojoules. Now, if net work output means if I add work of engine and work of refrigerator, I'm going to get the difference of 400. And out of engine and refrigerator, engine is work producing device, whereas refrigerator is work consuming device. So it is very clear that the work produced by engine, that is W1, must be greater than work requirement of the refrigerator. That's why when you add work of those two, I'm going to get the difference of 400, because this W1 is positive, this W2 is negative, because this is produced, this is consumed. So W1 minus W2, the difference is there, and that is 400 kilojoules. Is that fine now, Pratik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now let's solve for the engine first. Let's take the relation for efficiency because we know the source temperature, sink temperature. So 1 minus T2 by T1. Pratik, convert that 750 into Kelvin. 1 minus 973.
923.
973. Pratik,
Yes, sir.
973 or
Yes, sir.
23?
973.
Sorry, I wrote that T1 again in the numerator. I need to write this 50. 973 and 50 is 323.
323. Yes.
323. So you will get some value for this efficiency. Can you tell me that value? 1 minus 323 by 973. That has to be 0.668. Is that correct, Pratik?
Yes, 0.67.
Okay, that is fine. You can increase this by 1 if this digit is greater than 5. So 6, 7 is also fine, but make it habit that always take 3 digits after this decimal. That would be a good habit. So we have got this N thermal. Also, N thermal is equal to W1 by Q1. That is alternative relation, right? That we know. So I need to find this W1. So also W1 is equal to N thermal into Q1, right? W1 is equal to this Q1 will be multiplied with the N thermal. So this is going to be 0.668 multiplied by this Q1 is known 2500. So W1 is equal to
1670.
1670 kilojoules, right? Because this Q is in kilojoules, so work will be in kilojoules only. After that, now what I need to find, they have asked to calculate heat transfer to the refrigerator. Okay, so I need to find this Q2 also. To find that Q2, I have got Q1, I have got W also. So W1 is equal to Q1 minus Q2. That is another relation, right? And 1760 is equal to 2500 minus Q2. So that way Q2 is equal to kilojoules.
830.
830 Q2 is equal to 830 kilojoules. Okay. So now we have got Q2. So we are done with engine because W1 is known, means calculated. Q2 is also calculated. Now let's shift to the refrigerator. So for refrigerator, now efficiency will not be there. There will be alternative term COP. And that COP will be 1 minus, okay. Now notations are going to be little bit confusing, right? Because if I consider this one T1, this one T2, then this is going to be T3. Okay, and for refrigerator, COP will be T lower divided by T higher minus T lower. Is that fine, Pradeep? Whatever I
Yes,
said.
sir.
Okay. So now for this refrigerator, TL is T3 divided by T2 minus T3 because T higher is T2. Okay. As notations has been changed, So I wrote this additional relation T lower by T higher minus T lower. If it had been a heat pump in the place of refrigerator, the relation would have become T higher by T higher minus T lower, because higher will be desired. In case of refrigerator, lower is desired. So T3 by T2 minus T3, put the values of temperature and tell me the COP. T3 is 273 minus 20,
248.
2
248.
248. Okay, because this is minus, so 273 minus 25, and this 50 we already have converted, that has become 323. So 323 minus 248. 248 divided by 323 minus 248, and the answer is 3.306. You got the same, Pradeep?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are done with COP. We have got W1. Now we need to find this Q4 if required. If not required, we'll see. We need to find this Q3 and we'll need to find W2 also. Finding W2 is quite easier because we have got relation W net is equal to W1 minus W2, and W net is 400. So from this relation, W2, that is work requirement of the refrigerator. Okay. W2 is equal to W net. Wait a minute. We need to find W2. So W2 is equal to, this will become W1 minus W net. Is that correct, Pratik? From this relation.
Yes, sir.
We need to find W2. So we'll shift this W2 to the left and W net to the right. So W1 minus W net. So put the values and tell me W2. W1 is 1760 and W net is 400. So
1270.
170 minus 400 is equal to, Pratik?
1270.
1270. That is W2. Okay, very good. We are done with this one. Now we need to find Q3 and Q4. Now to get that Q4, this W2 also, W2, that is work requirement of the refrigerator, will be equal to desired effect by, sorry, not W2, COP is equal to desired effect by work required. In case of refrigerator, desired effect is Q4. You can see here, this is desired effect because this is desired temperature and desired heat interaction. So relation of COP will be equal to Q4 by W2. W2 is the work requirement of the refrigerator. So COP is equal to Q4 by W2. Therefore, Q4 is equal to COP into W2. So Q4 is equal to, in terms of kilojoules, COP is 3.306 and W2 is 1270. So what you get for Q4?
4198.62.
4198.62 kilojoules. Very good. So we have got Q4 also. And now to calculate Q3, we know that W2 is equal to, again come to the diagram, For refrigerator, W is entering the system, Q4 entering the system, and Q3 leaving the system. So relation between those three will be W2 plus Q4 is equal to Q3, right? Because those two are entering the system and Q3 is leaving the system. So addition of those two must be equivalent to Q3. And we have calculated Q4, we have calculated W2, we need to find Q3. So W2 is equal, let's write the relation for Q3 directly. Q3 is equal to W2 plus Q4. Q4 is 4198.62 and W2 is 1270.
5468.62.
5468.6 kilojoules. Okay. So now just one thing to be calculated. Determine the heat transfer to the refrigerant that we have calculated and the net heat transfer to the reservoir at 50 degrees Celsius. So we need to find total heat transfer to the 50 degrees Celsius reservoir. So this is 50 degrees Celsius reservoir and it has got two heat additions, Q2 entering the reservoir, Q3 is also entering the reservoir. So net heat transfer to 50 degrees Celsius reservoir is equal to Q2 plus Q3 and that is going to be Q2 is, there is Q2 830 kilojoules and Q3 is 5468.6.
Six two nine
6298.6 kilojoules. Okay, quite lengthy one, huh? Now we are done with just
Sir, so the last point repeat करा sir.
this
So
total
net heat transfer to 50 degrees. Net heat transfer to 50 degrees.
Okay, okay. So they have asked over here the, is it visible? Okay. Net heat transfer to the reservoir at 50 degrees Celsius. So net in the sense, we need to consider addition as well as subtraction. If there is some heat being added to the system, we'll take positive. If some heat is being going out of the system, that will take negative. But over here, in case of 50 degrees Celsius reservoir, there are two interactions, that is Q2 and Q3, and both are entering the system. So we just need to take addition of those two. We need not to take subtraction, right? So we'll add Q2 with Q3 and addition of those two will be total heat transfer to the 50 degrees Celsius reservoir. So that's why we have added those two. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what much time is remaining? Okay. So we are done with part 1 now. Okay. Now, in case of part 2, we need to consider that efficiency of engine and COP of refrigerator are 45% of their maximum value. So maximum value in this sense, we have got COP is equal to 3.306. So we'll take 45% of this one. And we have got N thermal as 0.668 and we'll take 45% of this one also. And we'll follow the same procedure to calculate this addition of, where we calculate this one over here. the total heat transferred to the reservoir at 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we need to repeat all the procedure considering 45% of this 60.66 set and 45% of this 336. So what we will do, we will quickly go through this one. So now, second one, N thermal is equal to N max into 0.45. 45% in this sense, when you multiply it by 0.45, you will get 45% of that one. Also, COP is equal to COP max into 0.45. So N thermal is, what is N thermal? Yes, 0.668 multiplied by 0.45. You will get something. Similarly, for COP, 3.306 multiplied by 0.45. Tell me answer of those two, Pratik.
0.3.
This is going to be 0.3 and this is going to be 1.48. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now W1 is equal to N into Q1. I'm not going to take you to the sketch again. You can do that by your own. 0.3 into 2500, 2500. Tell me the answer. We are calculating W1 of the engine. That
750.
750 kilojoules. From this one, we need to find W2, and W2 is equal to, we know that W net is equal to W1 minus W2, and this is 400. We have calculated W1, so W2 is equal to W1 minus W net is equal to 750 minus 400 is equal to 350 kilojoules, right? Anybody got any query? We already have calculated COP. So let's calculate Q4, that is heat accepted from the or desired effect. So Q4 is equal to W2 we have calculated. COP is equal to Q4 by W2 is the relation. So Q4 is equal to COP into W2 is equal to 1.48 into 350 is equal to kilojoules, that is Q4. Similarly, calculate Q3. W2 is equal to Q3 minus Q4. Therefore, Q3 is equal to W2 plus Q4. What is Q4, Pratik?
518.
518. So this will be 518 plus 350 is equal to 868 kilojoules. And last, Q2 is equal to, we forgot to calculate Q2 over here. W1 is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Q1 is 2500, W1 we have calculated 750. So Q2 is equal to Q2 we need to calculate. So Q1 minus W1. 2500 minus W1 is 750 is equal to 1750 kilojoules. And finally, net heat transferred to 50 degrees Celsius reservoir is equal to Q2 plus Q3 is equal to, what is Q2? 1750 and 8638. So that will be 2618 kilojoules. Okay. Any query? Pratik, Umesh, Adinath?
Sir.
Okay. Okay. Next. Write down the statement. An ice plant working on reversed Carnot cycle. An ice plant working on reverse Carnot cycle. Heat pump. Ice plant working on reverse Carnot cycle heat pump produces 15 tons of ice, produces 15 tons of ice per day, full stop. The ice is formed and maintained at 0 degrees Celsius. The ice is formed and maintained at 0 degrees Celsius. Full stop. The heat is rejected to atmosphere at 25 degrees Celsius. The heat is rejected to atmosphere at 25 degrees Celsius. Full stop. The heat pump is used the heat pump is used to run the ice plant. The heat pump is used to run the ice plant is coupled with a Carnot engine, is coupled with a Carnot engine which absorbs which absorbs heat from a source, which absorbs heat from a source at 220 degrees Celsius, source at 220 degrees Celsius by burning a fuel by burning a liquid fuel of calorific value 44,500 kilojoules per kg and rejects the heat to atmosphere full stop. Determine first one, power developed by engine. First one, power developed by engine, and second one, fuel consumed per hour. Power developed by engine and fuel consumed per hour, full stop. Take enthalpy of fusion of ice is equal to 334.5 kilojoules per kg. Take enthalpy of fusion of ice as 334.5 kilojoules per kg. Read the statement carefully. There are a few additional things that need to have some basic knowledge of the thermodynamics or from the chemistry, that what is calorific value, what is significance of that calorific value. Then there is additional concept of enthalpy of fusion, but enthalpy of fusion we have seen in the unit number 1, right? There are 3 types of enthalpies: enthalpy of fusion, enthalpy of vaporization, and enthalpy of sublimation. So that enthalpy actually indicates the amount of energy to be added or removed from that system per kg. So if I want to convert 1 kg of water into ice, that will need uh, enthalpy of fusion. So that is the heat to be taken out from that water, so that could be converted into ice. Or if you want to convert 1 kg of ice into water, that much amount of heat you need to provide, so that you can convert that 1 kg of ice into 1 kg of water. So that is basically enthalpy of fusion, and that is 334.5 kilojoules per kg. So when you want to convert 1 kg of ice into water, you need to provide 334.5 kilojoules of energy. Okay. And there is calorific value also. Calorific value in the sense, if I burn 1 kg of that particular fuel, it will produce some amount of heat. And the amount of heat produced by combustion of 1 kg of fuel is nothing but its calorific value. So the calorific value of fuel is, what is calorific amount is? Yes, calorific value of fuel is 44,500 kilojoules per kg. Means if I burn 1 kg of fuel, I will get 44,500 kilojoules of energy. So that is basically calorific value. But as we have got only 2 minutes left, and this is also going to be a little lengthy numerical, so that won't be feasible to solve in the 2 minutes. So possibly we'll solve this one in the next session. Pratik, who is having a session in the afternoon today?
ते MD ते होत नाही.
अच्छा, ते सेशन होणारच नाहीये.
Session drive. नाही.
कोणी शेड्यूल केली मीटिंग दुपारसाठी की नाही केलेली कोणी? मेसेज आहे का ग्रुपमध्ये?
नाही सर. नाही सर.
काय करायचं मग, घ्यायचं आपण एखादा सेशन तुमच्या याच्यानुसार. जर तुम्ही ओके असेल तर घेऊया, नाहीतर मग नेक्स्ट सेशनला जाऊया. एक काम करतो, असं कोणी
ठीक आहे.
बोलणार नाही. मी मीटिंग एंड झाल्यानंतर तुमचं ग्रुपमध्ये डिस्कस करा आणि जर सेशन घ्यायचं असेल तर मला मेसेज टाका. मग मी मीटिंग सेट करतो. 1 मिनिटामध्ये मीटिंग एंड होऊन जाईल, तर तुमचं डिस्कशन होऊ द्या आणि मग आपण जमलं तर लंच नंतर सांगा मला काय करायचंय ते. कारण न्यूमेरिकल आहे, थोडासा वेळ लागतोय आपल्याला. सो एखादा एक्स्ट्रा घेतलं तर तेवढं बरं होईल आपल्याला. ओके प्रतीक?
येस सर.
ओके, एंड करतोय मी मीटिंग. सांगा मला नंतर.